Stop doing that behind the scenes that we know you're doing. Some people may get, because I'm going to talk to everybody. I'm not playing.
Bought a bunch of apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Everybody has found out that that wasn't true. Apparently, it's not that hard to figure out who owns property.
Nothing right now.
Are you saying Mayweather has no money?
Oh, I got a bag back there.
Can you bring it up here? Where's the money?
On Joe Rogan's podcast, Ice Cube revealed a shocking detail about Floyd Mayweather's purported $42 million scam. Ice Cube was criticizing Floyd for transforming his persona from Pretty Boy Floyd, a technically proficient boxer, to Money Mayweather, a man more concerned with generating revenue. Then, speaking of legacy, he talked about how Mayweather now depends on exhibition bouts and dubious business dealings to support his way of life. Rogan went on to say that Mayweather doesn't need to prove anything in the ring. Rather, he fights, due of his extravagant spending habits.
No.
Well, it's interesting when fighters figure out ways to do that too, like what Floyd is doing. What Floyd is doing is so interesting. He retires from fighting, and he says, I'll just start boxing people who have no chance.
Hey, why not? You know? I mean, exhibition. Like, we saw that in, what was Rocky 3 or something?
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, he's like, he started doing exhibitions with Hulk Hogan and, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And got caught. I mean, he got hurt, like, you know, dealing with that. So, I mean, I think people want to see Floyd fight. You know, some people want to see him lose.
Broke his hands a lot. So when he was younger, they called him Pretty Boy Floyd.
Yeah.
And then he changed his name to Money. And when he changed his name to Money, he turns heel.
Yeah.
He became like this guy and everybody wanted to see him get beat.
Yeah.
And he's the most unhittable guy in the history of the sport.
Yes, sir.
He's right up there with Pernell Whitaker. Like, those are the two guys that I say are like the most elusive guys in modern, not, you know, past Willie Pep, in modern era. Pernell Whitaker and Floyd. Floyd's even more impressive because he stands right in front of guys.
He stands right in front of you and you can't hit him.
Right in front of you.
And you can't get a good one on him.
You can't get shit on him.
It's one of the most amazing skill sets. He's like a you know, one of those like Minnesota Fats kind of pool players that know all the trick shots and
Despite being regarded as one of the best boxers of all time, Floyd Mayweather has generated criticism due to his frequent displays of extravagant riches. He recently claimed to possess real estate valued at $42 million, a claim that was readily refuted by public documents. Fans and onlookers have criticized this phony flex because they believe it to be needless and deceptive. Although there is no denying his skill in the ring, many are wondering why he feels the need to make up stories like this, which undermines the respect he earned throughout his boxing career.
Upper Manhattan. Everybody has found out that that wasn't true. Apparently, it's not that hard to figure out who owns property. This is not an indictment on Floyd Mayweather as a boxer. He is one of the best boxers we've ever seen. Anybody who is privy to Floyd Mayweather's antics outside of the ring knows Floyd ain't bought no goddamn apartment buildings in no Upper Manhattan, bro. We knew that when he told us. I'm not sure who Floyd Mayweather thought he was fooling. Nothing about Floyd Mayweather outside of a boxing ring says savvy. I'm sorry.
Tiger and boxer Floyd. Mayweather reportedly hired a watch broker and paid cash in 2021 to purchase jewels and high-end watches from Miami jeweler Leonard Suleimanov. However, no payments were made over time, and Suleimanov filed a federal case against him in August 2024. Rayco is accused of engaging in fraud, civil conspiracy, breach of contract, unjust enrichment, and civil theft, all of which are breaches of the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. Suleimanov claims that Mayweather and Tiger owe around $4 million for diamond jewelry and watches made by Richard Mille, Ottomar Pig, and PC Philippe.
How Floyd Mayweather and Tyga might get away without paying $4 million in jewelry. So a lot of wealthy people buy assets or luxury items under business entities. This allows them to pay less tax while also having protection against lawsuits personally. In this case, Tyga and Floyd used a watch broker and some upfront cash to make the deal go through. But as the days passed, no payment was made on the balance that was due, and even their agent admitted they owed $4 million. So what these two did is they signed and paid using a business, and then before paying the full amount, gifted it to themselves on behalf of the business that bought it. Therefore, the broker can't go after Floyd or Tyga because they didn't buy it from them personally. A business that they may control bought it and then gifted it to them, but in this sense is completely separate. But what they did is how the rich get richer. Us in our daily lives have no protection from lawsuits, but as soon as you use a business, the laws completely change. So I'm not saying you should do this or that they'll even get away with this, but it's definitely an interesting way to get expensive jewelry.
Mayweather's exhibition bouts, particularly those against well-known opponents like Logan Paul, have brought in a sizable sum of money for him. Millions of dollars were made from these less competitive but very profitable tournaments. Although it's not always apparent how much money is earned from these demonstrations, reports indicate that the revenues are significant. For instance, the fight between Mayweather and Logan Paul is said to have brought in about $50 million. The success of the event was attributed to both the fight and the big number of spectators and sponsors.
Believe how much money Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul made to box each other. There was over 1 million pay-per-view buys, which means there's $50 million in revenue. And Floyd made $10 million just to show and half of the pay-per-view buys, which is $35 million. Meanwhile, Logan made $250,000 just to show and 10% of the pay-per-view buys, which is about $5 million. And that's not even to mention the sponsors. Floyd said that patches on his trunk cost $30 million to sponsor. Do you think Floyd is capping or no? He even came rocking an OnlyFans sponsorship. And Logan probably even made more in sponsorships than Floyd because he has a much larger platform. Walked into the ring with this Charizard Pokemon and now it's worth $1 million. He also made tons of other sponsorships with Atari and other crypto companies. Hit that follow button if you didn't know this.
Logan, the boxer and YouTube sensation Paul, openly accused Mayweather of not paying him the $3 million he was promised following their exhibition bout. This allegation presents a picture of Mayweather's financial turmoil, implying that he could have had trouble fulfilling his contractual duties in spite of his enormous profits. Logan even threatened legal action, indicating that there may be more money conflicts in the future.
Mayweather is bankrupt. At least that's what Logan Paul thinks. Logan hopped on the walkway to Fight Club show, and when he was asked about being paid, he was nothing short of honest.
It's unfortunate because, you know, same Floyd Money Mayweather. Surely I was going to get my check fairly quickly, right? And that did happen, so I'm sure it'll come eventually, right? I realized, okay, I'm being strung along. This is a classic, hey, buddy, you're the new guy in this industry. We're going to puppeteer you however we want. Hop on for the ride and shut up. Instead of shutting up, I make fun of him on social media and let everyone know that he doesn't have any money. I kind of joke and I'm facetious and I point the finger at Floyd. Well, I don't know if it's his fault. Maybe a little bit, but something tells me Floyd doesn't control where the money goes. Or maybe he does. I don't know. And I don't really care. I just want my money.
Did you fight Floyd or something?
Yeah.
Did he pay you to lose?
Nah,
What happened?
he paid me. I wish you'd paid me.
How much you owe you?
Probably between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
You got it on you by any chance?
I have in Nigerian money. I'll give you 10 million in Nigerian money. That's about $1,100. So is that your only loss was Floyd?
No, I didn't lose. It was an exhibition, so there's no loser.
There's no loser in exhibition?
No.
So you both are winners? It's like a tie. That's not a good feeling. It's like tongue kissing your sister or something. Not a great...
Logan's non-payment, Paul directly threatened to file a lawsuit. Logan's threat to sue Mayweather for the unpaid debt exposes more serious problems with the fighter's financial management. This instance demonstrates how Mayweather, in spite of his famous position in boxing, may have a history of breaking agreements. Logan Paul's threat presents a less favorable image of Mayweather's financial dependability and demonstrates the mounting annoyance over these unresolved financial issues.
Or is that something that you can't disclose
No,
right now?
he has not paid me in full. That is a fact.
No
Short a few mil, yeah.
Wow. Still a few mil.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Have you been in contact with him?
Nah, Nah, we're taking this one to court.
No, are you being serious? Is this like a...
Do I look serious, lady?
You do. I'm just making sure. I apologize.
Really?
I'm just...
Nah, I'm fucking with you. I'm not fucking with you. Yeah, we're taking him to court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So,
yeah, see you in the courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison.
There have been major sponsorships for the exhibition bouts, especially on starring Mayweather, including collaborations with Bitcoin businesses. These sponsorships significantly increased these events' earnings. However, Mayweather's connection to Bitcoin has drawn criticism after it became apparent that
how you know investing in crypto is the cool thing to do right now. So Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather just had their fight. Logan went 8 rounds with the 50-0 Mayweather, but look at their shorts. So first of all, here is Logan's shorts that he wore. He had Blockfolio as a sponsor, which, you know, we all track our portfolios on Blockfolio. And he also had Superbid. Superbid is some kind of random coin that sponsored Logan. And their whole website right now is just about how they sponsored him. But let's take a look at Floyd's shorts. Floyd Mayweather was sponsored by Ethereum Max, which is just some random ass shit coin that paid Floyd to put them on his shorts. As you can see, it's one of those 0.00 shit coins. It's down 10% even after the promo. So I obviously don't recommend buying any of those coins. But you can see that Floyd and Logan were both sponsored by crypto companies, which is honestly pretty cool for an event.
the boxer might not have completely comprehended the nature of the cryptocurrency ventures he was endorsing.
At one point, you were getting celebrity endorsements. One was DJ Khaled, hilarious, and Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
And he posted on his Instagram him taking this what do you call it? The Centra card?
Centra card.
The Centra cards. And going and purchasing something with his Bitcoin at a store.
Yeah.
He did that knowing that it didn't work.
Floyd Mayweather doesn't know anything that's going on, really. So like
we all know that.
Yeah, yeah.
The guy can't read, and, you know.
Yeah.
How much did you guys pay him?
Like $1 million.
He took that knowing or not caring if it worked?
It was just knowing, not knowing, right? Like they didn't care. He does a million promotions like that. It was basically you speak to his manager.
Yeah.
He's like, this is Floyd's price. And
Yeah.
you send the money over.
Yeah.
The manager makes his little cut from it. And he just says, what do you want me to say? And what do you want me to do?
Okay.
Right. And you just basically give him his script and he just does it.
Imagine listening to Floyd Mayweather, a man who can't even read, for investing advice. That's exactly what happened last year when he was paid to promote the absolute Ponzi scheme token Ethereum Max, along with other celebrities like Kim Kardashian, Antonio Brown, and Paul Pierce. The coin shortly fell 97% right after the launch, leaving millions of fans and investors bankrupt. So to see what coins you should be actually buying, be sure to follow me. But like I was saying,
executing these scams are like anon people hiding behind a Pepe avatar. And of course, there's a laundry list of famous influencers, Logan Paul, Kim Kardashian's, David Dobrik, that have all endorsed these absolute shitcoin scam casino rugs that leaves their investors high and dry because they paid them a bunch of money up front and maybe they didn't know any better because it's such a nascent space. But I am just flabbergasted that the highest paid boxer, one of the most famous people on the planet, Floyd Mayweather, has managed to become a repeat offender as a scam artist. Now, everybody knows Floyd's an opportunist. He's an entrepreneur. He likes to make money. He always has money, talks about money. That's his shtick. That's his persona. That's fine. You can make money. You can be a hustler. You can get paid a bunch to box, do whatever you want.